Morning. We have some people starting to file in. So that means the email has landed and the web link is working. G'day, folks. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Jane. Hi, Michael. If you can just pop a note in the chat, let me know where you are zooming in from today. Let me know the sound's coming through okay. Coming to you from a car park in Gundagai on my way to Victoria today. So hence the the chilly kind of look. Felt like -4 when I got up in Goulburn this morning. So goodness gracious. Hello from Darwin, Jane. Thank you. Considerably warmer in Darwin, I would imagine. So thank you for joining us this morning, folks. We've got a couple of minutes before we kick off at 11:30. Michael and Shannon, where are you folks zooming in from today as I make my digital support co-host? So we have a backup if we need to. Let me just do that. There we go. Gosh, I love it when things work, huh? Perfect. All right, a couple of minutes to go. Got some good ones to talk to you about today. A couple I've been playing around with that I really like. One that's really, really geeky, so probably not ready for the average person to dive in and have a play with it, but give you a bit of an idea where things are tracking. And also just a reminder that, when you're signing up and playing with these things, we're starting to share more and more of our information with these artificial tools or artificial intelligence. So just making sure that you are always mindful and considerate of what information you are prepared to share. I'm going probably a little bit above and beyond right now, connecting things to my Google accounts and my calendars and emails and all kinds of things. But always mindful that, if anything ended up in the public domain, that, that's okay. It's not something that I am really concerned about. But a good reminder to, as we're playing around with these tools, to just keep kind of that security thing top of mind, that if some of your information, leaked out, ended somewhere else, is that okay for you? Is that okay for your clients? What does that mean effectively? Okay, it's gone 11:30. Let's kick off. We've got 30 minutes as always. I'm going to hit share screen now. I do have Peter. Everybody wave to Peter. I know your cameras are off. Everybody wave to Peter. And Pete's going to be popping the Zoom links the links for each of the 10 pieces of tech that we're talking about today, the 10 AI tools. He'll be popping them into the chat box as we go. So if there is anything that, amuses you, you can grab the link straight away and start playing with it. Now, these recordings we're not going to send out until the month before. So when we're ready to launch next month, you'll get the recording for June. So really trying to encourage you to join us live and, partake of that conversation. Let me know what you've been using, what you've been playing with over the last month. If there's anything that you want me to know about, you can always email me and let me know. So as I said, 30 minutes is a good game. So we'll be done by midday. As I said to you, I'm coming from Gundagai this morning, but this is my home. This is where I feel at peace and want to pay my respects to the traditional elders. If you want to pop the lands on which you are zooming in from today, love to hear where you are from. I know Jane's in Darwin, not sure the traditional landholder name for Darwin, but this is Bundjalung country in northern New South Wales. So I grew up around, this is taken at sunset at Evans Head, which is about 20 minutes south of Ballina. So I grew up around that Byron, Ballina casino kind of area. So Larrakia country. Thank you, Jane. Awesome. All right. We always have new people joining, which is fantastic. So for those of you who've not been on a session with me before or kind of don't really know why you're here or who I am, my name is Tracy Sheen. I'm known as the Digital Guide. I'm the author of The End of Technophobia, winner of Business Book of the Year, Best Technology Book 2021. I'm working on my second book at the moment, which is I and You, Business Reimagined. I am a media commentator, so I have a regular gig with a team from Koshi's Business Builders, talking all things tech and marketing. I'm a speaker, predominantly a speaker on the topics of AI, digital marketing, that type of thing. Clearly also an author as well. And I've been doing this since 1990. So a lot of years in the business, a lot of workshops under my belt, 70 workshops so far this year and over 50,000 K. So, you know, we're only halfway through the year. All right, let's kick off. Here's our first one for the month. Now, I've had a number of people reach out wanting to know about tools that they can use to check whether something has been generated from AI or whether something is indeed being plagiarized. So here's one for you to have a look at called Originality.AI. It's an AI and plagiarism detector. So allows you to go through and see what tools have been used. Also gives you content and readability score, which is kind of nice. So you kind of say to it, you know, I'm writing for a professional audience or an academic audience or a school audience or whatever that is, and it will give you a readability score based on the age and parameters that you set. It will also look for plagiarized content or if anything has been paraphrased. So I use a tool called Quillbot, which will often re-paraphrase or change things around a little bit for me once I've written it. So it will tell you whether something has been paraphrased as well. Now, they give you 50 credits to get started, and then it's 1 cent per 100 words. So you can just buy tokens or credits as you need. Now, playing around with Originality AI, one of the things I have discovered is shorter form content. So if we're thinking about creating something for social media, say, then your AI and plagiarism detectors have a much harder job pulling that content and figuring that out. But your longer form content, so if you're using it to write blogs, long form articles, web pages, that type of thing, then you can certainly get some good results using Originality.ai. Interested to know, pop a little note in the chat if you've been using Originality or if you are using any of the other AI or plagiarism detectors. Love to know which one or which ones you've been playing with. All right, Personal.Ai. I am loving this one. I've been playing with it for a few days and it's really intuitive. There's a lot to learn. So it is one of those tools that you need to invest some time in if you're going to start playing with it. But this thing is crazy. So it actually learns to mimic your language, your tonality, your phrasing, your frequently used words, that type of thing. You connect it to your emails, to your calendar, to your text messaging, any of the devices that you are willing to connect it to. So Slack or any of the comms kind of tools that you use, and it will start to create draft responses for you. So as emails come in, it will draft a response. You can give it a quick once over and hit send, but you can also set it to AI autopilot. And this is where I'm starting to have a lot of fun, that you can let it loose responding to friends or clients or whatever you want to do in terms of your text messages. So text message comes in, it will auto reply for you. So take a bit of time to set it up and get it, understanding your language, but you can also connect it to things like Microsoft 365 and Google Docs and things, and you can link articles and things across it. So it starts to learn your language and tonality and things kind of a little bit easier as you're going along. So that's Personal.Ai. That's one of my top 2 for the month. So stay tuned for the next one. The next one I want to talk about is TubeBuddy. Now, I've talked about this before, probably last year sometime. I've been playing with this one for a while now. But if you are someone who is interested in YouTube, you're looking to create a YouTube channel, maybe you want to manage it, grow it, or just understand YouTube a little bit more, then TubeBuddy has got some really good AI built into it now, that it will do things like analyze thumbnails for you and tell you what's being clicked on, what's working. It'll create thumbnails for you. It'll give you ideas for YouTube shorts from your videos that you load up and can create those shorts for you. It goes through and looks at SEO, keywords, phrasing, what's tracking, what's trending, give you ideas on top searches of things that you might want to consider creating yourself. And it starts from $7.50 a month. So if YouTube is on your horizon, and I know for some of you that have been on my calls or my workshops, or we've had conversations before, YouTube will give you some great Google juice, and there's some really good stuff to be had, but YouTube is really quite particular. So I find TubeBuddy a really nice way to just kind of help you get a bit better of an understanding of how YouTube can really work for you. The next one is MEM, M-E-M. So getmem.ai is, they call it the world's first self-organizing workspace. Now, I think that's probably a little bit of an overreach, but it's a lot of fun to play with, and I'm still getting my head around the real power in this one. But this is one of the other ones that I've really kind of earmarked for the month. Now, what this does is you need to be either a Google or a Microsoft user to begin with to connect it. And you need to give it access to your Google Drive or your Microsoft 365 for it to really do what it's claiming it can do. And it can do things like start to connect the dots for you between your documents, your spreadsheets, your PowerPoints, and your Teams messages, that type of thing. And will start to track and tell you where your information is flowing. And it will give you a much better idea of, what you already have in terms of searching contextually, creating content, erasing content, discovering, all of that kind of stuff. It is context aware, and you can share, link, prompt other people in your team with MEMS. So you can set up templates and allow conversations to happen where you tag things, and it will save it for later usage, or it will start to contextualize things for you and say, you're developing a bit of a history of conversation around AI. Maybe we need to put this here or do that kind of thing. So really interesting use for AI, and I'm starting to think more about how this might be of bigger use in organizations. So the next one is Reflect. 20 minutes to go. We're almost halfway through. Reflect is a little bit like MEM, but this one is more around notes, ideas, that type of thing. So what you can do is connect it to your calendar and connect it to your meetings, and it will start to transcribe notes for you. And from there, generate article outlines and ideas of things that you might want to talk about. You can save prompts, create your own ideas. It will then start to list actions and takeaways and things like that from your meetings. And of course, this one has a free trial behind it. So kind of similar to what MEM is doing, but really specific use case around those notes and ideas and things. All right, next one is Write Sparkle. Now, this one is around kind of chatting and developing workflows around your PDF documents. So this is really an automation platform in terms of developing workflows inside your business, inside an organization. So a lot of us develop a lot of PDFs and a lot of documentation, but we don't really have a set workflow for how they fit into the way our business works. So Write Sparkle integrates everything across your platform and allows you to start to optimize those automations, those workflows through your documentation. So you give it access to the PDFs. You can then chat with the PDFs and pull information that's related to your business, maybe it's, budgets, forecasting, or marketing advice, or any of that type of thing. And then you can start to pull that into a workflow. From there, it will start to generate additional documents for you. And of course, it has semantic searching built in. So you can search right through your organization then on a keyword or a topic or a concept or a semantic idea, and it will pull all of the information across your organization to fit in with all of those different concepts for you. So that one's right sparkle. What's everyone thinking so far? Is there anything there that is amusing you that you're kind of going, oh, that's interesting, I need to give that one a crack? And I just want to say g'day. We've got g'day Paul, you did get to join us. Lovely to see you. We've got Raya and Shannon as well. Thank you for joining us this morning. Okay, Contenda. I like Contenda. It's kind of really cool what it does. Again, a very specific use case, and this was for turning video into written content. So I upload the top 10 AI tools to YouTube. I can then get Contenda to turn this video into written content. It will provide references, so it will tell me where I've pulled that information from, so I can then add additional authority if I want to load that up to Google to get my EAT score up, my expertise, authority, and trust. It will create Q&As or a Q&A bot that you can cite based on your video content. Now, this is brand new, and they have said they will monetize it. It's only literally been out for a few weeks, okay? So really, really, really new and quite slow because it's being kind of hammered at the moment. So if you have content, please be aware that it's taking round about 2 hours to generate a 30-minute video. So if I upload this 30-minute top 10 AI tools, it's going to take about 2 hours for it to churn through and do what it does in terms of creating that written content. So it might be something that you want to do as a bit of a set and forget in the afternoon or the evening, or, whatever that looks like for you, but definitely one worth having a play with, I think, if you are someone who creates video content. Okay, Claritee. Now, AI, but probably back more in line with the old tech tools that we used to talk about this time last year before I became the thing that we all needed to know about. And this one is really cool for those of us who are always creating digital assets. So by that, I mean, if you're looking to create brochures or landing pages or websites or forms or any of that type of thing, you can actually visually build and map your assets in alignment with other team members, or you can collaborate with them and test, iterate, and preview before you then launch them. So if you're working with a web designer or a graphic designer on a brochure or on a landing page or something like that, you can kind of drag and drop some elements in and go, look, I'm thinking about having an image here, some text, a form, a survey, whatever that looks like. I want a video, I want a carousel of images, whatever that looks like. You can kind of map all of that out using Claritee, and then you can to and fro with your team members until you get the exact model that you look like, and then have it built. So it's going to cause a lot less miscommunication with our graphics and our design people, and it's also going to make sure that we get exactly what it is we're looking for. Now, this one actually has a lifetime deal on AppSumo right now. So I know we've spoken about AppSumo at length plenty of times before. So if you jump onto AppSumo, you can get Claritee on a lifetime deal right now. I think it expires next week, but don't hold me to that. If it's one that you're interested in, probably worthwhile jumping on sooner rather than later. Okay, this one is the one that I mentioned to you that is still at high geek level, okay? So this is not for the faint of heart. You need to know how to code. You need to know what to do with this, but super cool, and I wanted to kind of show you what's coming down the pipeline very, very soon. So this is called Mini GPT-4. Don't know why they've called it GPT-4, to be honest, because it has nothing to do and doesn't use or relate to ChatGPT. So they do have their own open source tech that they use, AI that they use behind this. So a bit of a misnomer that they've called it mini GPT-4. But really cool. Go in and watch the video of what it can kind of do. So you get an image. Let's say you have an image of a hamburger. I'm sitting in the car park at McDonald's. That's why that just came to me. So let's say you've got an image of a hamburger and people sitting around a table with, lots of food on the table. You can ask the bot for the recipe for that, and it will pull the information based on the image and give you the recipe for, a cheeseburger or a roast turkey or whatever it is that you're looking from. You could upload a photo of, a family having a picnic by a river, and the system will then write you a poem or a song about the image that you've uploaded. You can even upload, I saw one where someone uploaded an image of a sick plant and then said, what's wrong with this plant? And the AI diagnosed what you need to do to fix the plant. So really kind of cool where this is going. So it's kind of pulling, a little bit from DALL-E or Midjourney or some of those kind of image-related AI tools that we're seeing now, and a little bit of ChatGPT, and it's kind of combining a few of those things to now give us a little bit more versatility and flexibility around interacting with images. So as I said, this one's not easy to use right now, but worth jumping on and having a look at and watching maybe some of the videos. They're only short, 5-7 minutes, and will give you a really good idea. I suspect we're going to see a lot more of this coming down the pipeline in the next probably, 3 to 6 months, to be perfectly realistic. All right, the last one is GoZen. Now, we've all become, really, really conscious of collecting information via surveys, forms, quizzes, that type of thing, online forms or quizzes that form part of our ascending transaction model now becoming really popular. So GoZen takes that to the next level and adds in AI. So the AI from GoZen will generate, if you allow it, generate the questions for you based on a whole lot of data that is pulled in around different industries and different requirements. It will then build the form based on what you're saying you want to achieve. It can even incorporate things like skip logic. So, if this then that. So if you answer this way, give them this question. If you answer a different way, or if they're not based in this state, or if they're male versus female or ages, skip that question, go to, another question, that type of thing. So it will incorporate that type of skip logic based on the answers that your audience are giving. You don't have to code that anymore. You don't have to think that through. It even has things like, payment sign up if required. So if that's, hey, you've reached the end here, if you want to take the next step, you can buy this course, buy the book, whatever. But there is a freemium model for that, so you can go in and have a play with it. So if quizzes, forms, surveys, that type of thing form part of the backbone of what you're doing in your business, then GoZen is probably one worth having a look at, just incorporating that AI and making it a little bit more seamless now. Okay, that's it. Let's go through and have a bit of a look at them online and see what they look like in person. So let me just go back to make sure. Now's the time. If you've got any questions, jump on and start asking away. I'm just going to jump to my desktop so we can jump through each of these different ones for today. Okay, this is Originality.AI. This is the one that detects plagiarism and has an AI being used to write the content. So you'll see it goes through, it does a bit of a revision history, has a look at the content, and really starts to pull down. Now, remember, this is the one that I said that the shorter form content, so if you're writing social media posts, that type of thing, not great at really short form content, but as you are starting to generate longer form articles, websites, that type of thing, then it will come up. Now, one of the things that has been happening with a lot of these AI detectors and plagiarism is false positive. So this is now sitting, they're saying around 90-95% accurate. So pretty good, And you can see here the features and et cetera, et cetera. Now, the only thing I will say to you that I highly disagree with is one of these things in here where it says you rank better on Google. Now, here's the thing. Google don't care if you are using AI. I've had that straight from the mouth of Google on various webinars that I've been on. What they care about is how long you are keeping people on Google or on your website. So if you're generating AI-based content that has a high readability score and people are hanging around and reading it, that's what Google are looking for. So that's the only thing that I will say that I disagree personally with them about that. But that's Originality.AI. Now, the next one, this is Personal.Ai. This is the one I'm completely geeking out over at the moment. So you can see you go through a bit of a process of creating your AI. And you can see here, it will come back with responses based on, how you phrase things, the type of language, and it will use everything from, it will connect to text messaging, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, emails, calendar, all that kind of thing. You can do group chats, so it'll get to a point where you'll be able to group chat with your mates and, not have a group chat with your mates. It'll be your AI and you'll have to come in and, kind of get updated on where the conversation went and what that looked like at the end of it. So it is a freemium model. You can jump in and have a play with it. And if you're starting to like what is happening, then of course you can jump into a paid plan from there. But that's Personal.Ai. That's one of the ones I've been playing with this month, and I'm really, really liking it, to be honest. And that AI autopilot is just insane. All right, TubeBuddy. This is the one for the YouTube users. So you can install it for free. As I said, that kind of starts at about $7.50 a month. It does everything from help you understand what thumbnails are working, create YouTube shorts for you. It will help you find trending ideas, give you a bit of an idea of the type of content that you should be creating to rank better. So TubeBuddy has always been really popular in the YouTube set, but now it's added AI. It's just kind of taking it to that next level again. So if YouTube is on your horizon, TubeBuddy is one to check out. Mem, so this is the one that is saying it's the first kind of AI workplace. Now this is the other one I'm finding really cool. You create the memes, you do, you build a team base around you. You then start to, you can capture stuff on the go, as it says. You can sync your emails in. It will import your contacts. You can create chat flows and information and sync meetings, create your agendas and things off the back of it. So it does a lot of cool stuff. This one and Personal.Ai, these are the two that I would really say, if you're going to have a play with them, please do set some time aside. They're not something you can just dive in and kind of go, awesome, I've got this nailed in 15 minutes. This is something that you need to be working on for, a good few weeks to kind of understand where it's going. Okay, the next one is Reflect. Now, this is the one that is really built more around the notes and ideation. So you can see it networks your notes. Has got an app, a calendar integration. So this is the one that really starts to help you kind of contextualize your notes, etc., with the use of AI. So you can see some of the stuff here. It gives you ideas for article outlines based on, information that you're capturing, etc. And that's a freemium model as well. 4 minutes to go. Let's wrap it up. Right, Sparkle is the one that allows you to create written content based on your integrations and the automated workflows of PDFs and things like that. So you start building that knowledge base across your organization. Contenda is the one that you upload a video and it will generate written content off the back of your video. That one is free for now. Remember, I think they will monetize that one pretty soon. Claritee is the one that allows you to create a visual look of your digital assets before you hand it off, and end up having to have 12 iterations because that's not quite what you were thinking when you sent the idea off to your graphic designer or to your web designer. So that's the one that is also on Sumo at the moment as a lifetime deal. Okay, Mini GPT-4, this is the one that you can start having a chat to your images, and you can see here, here's a food recipe one that it's just gone off screen. That will allow you to, look at an image and say, give me a recipe for it, or what's the recipe, and it will start pulling it out for you. Now, again, this is on GitHub. So if that means anything to you, GitHub is for the geeks, the coders, the people that can take, raw information right now and do something with it. So I fully suspect this is where we're going, and one that I want you to be aware of. Last one is GoZen Forms. Now, this is the one that uses AI to help you create quizzes, forms, surveys, all that kind of stuff. And, skip logic, integrate different things. It's got a bunch of different templates here, from event management through to marketing, registration, all that kind of stuff. It tells you how it's similar but different to the other ones. But it's the AI behind it that's really cool. Creates the questions for you, then builds the form based on what it is you're trying to do, inputs that skip logic, gives you all the insights, all of that kind of stuff, using AI as its main builder. Okay, that's it. 2 minutes to go. Let me know what's the one or the ones that you are going to have a play with this month. I'm really keen to know. As always, for me, as I said, it's Personal.Ai and it is Mem. I've also had a play with Contenda, but Personal.Ai and Mem are the ones that I'm going to invest the time in this month. So Digital Guide says, our sport man says reflex. So he's all about notes. Jane likes GoZen. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've played with that one as well. Paul, YouTube Tube Buddy. Fantastic. I've been playing with that one for a little over 12 months. And it's definitely made a difference to the tracking and the way that my videos are indexed and found. So definitely a good one to have a play with. Starts at $7.50, $7.50 a month. Awesome. All right. Thank you, folks. Apologies for all of the tech gremlins this month. Thank you to everyone who sacrificed a former piece of tech to make sure that everything works today. And appreciate you and your time. Remember, last Thursday of every month, I'd love you to share the link for, the sign up with all of your colleagues. I think this is information we all need to know right now. And if you find or stumble or learn about a new piece of AI that you really like, please do drop me an email and let me know. I'd love to hear about it. I'll give you a shout out and feature you in one of the upcoming top 10 AI tools. For now, bang on 12 o'clock. That's it from me, Tracy Sheen, the Digital Guide, and I will see you again next month, last Thursday of the month at 11:30 for the next top 10 AI tools. Have a great month. See you then.